I am glad to be able to record this video outside for you today after my 30 minutes of silence, which was earlier this morning at about 6:30. It is really cold today. I think it's around 14 degrees. And as you can see, winter has shown back up a little bit more officially. That balmy day we had a couple of days ago when I recorded the video right before this one in the series was a little unusual. I had something interesting happen well, at least I thought it was interesting, during my period of silence this morning and also yesterday. And I don't know, why this is happening for me right now, but I have just had this flow of ideas that won't stop. And I have used the concept of just leaning into it. You've heard me mention that before in some of my previous reflection videos. I find that just works better no matter what the thing is, no matter if it's learning to spend time in silence or if it's some pain, physical or emotional pain that you're experiencing, a joy that you're celebrating, that if you lean into it and give it some time, that it seems to be satisfying to your system. And for me, if it happens to be something that's a negative thing, I don't lean in long. Like, I'll give myself about 5 minutes or so, and I might do a series of those 5 minutes if it feels like it takes more than 5 minutes. But I will kind of move them into different parts of the day. Well, this morning when I was experiencing silence, this flood of ideas was coming to me. And instead of getting frustrated and trying to cause my brain to stop churning with ideas, I just leaned in. And that worked out well today. It was just, I think, what my head and my heart needed today. My husband I was in the living room, and he came into the living room when I was about 15 minutes in to this period of 30 minutes, and maybe 5 minutes or so of that time had been the silence. And the rest of the time, I had done some breathing because I thought, well, maybe I can kind of calm my thoughts down with some deep breathing. And it was like ideas just kept poking, like, hello, I need to get out. And so I let the idea flow happen. And when my husband was there, we had conversation about some of the ideas that were coming to me. They were related to a music event that we're preparing that I'm very excited about. And I think some of that had even been in my sleep. I had been, as part of my dreaming, some of those ideas had been coming to me in the dream. I think my head was just sort of ready to download what had come to it. So the past couple of days, the silence has been like that for me, and I am embracing it. And here's a suggestion for you that I have found works for me, is if I have one of those times of silence when my head's really busy, sometimes if I go back to silence later in the day, if I take a break over lunch and do a period of silence or add it in the evening, that then my body seems to be ready to be quiet. So in this process of doing this for 100 consecutive days, that's something I've been learning about myself. To not feel guilty if I'm not really quiet and meditative or prayerful, that it's okay and that I can come back to it and try it at a different part of the day. And I tell myself that same kind of thing if I'm songwriting, if I'm working on an idea or a plan for a client. When I've been writing either one of the books that I have written, I'll do that. If the words aren't flowing, I'll come back to it an hour later, maybe half a day later, and then it's like a dam has broke open and things are just coming to me at that point in time, or music is coming to me at that point in time. So if you run into that, keep that in mind, that it can work to lean into whatever it is your body needs for you to lean into in that moment, and then later come back to the thing that you were trying to study or to practice or to write. Well, I'm going to sign off. My hands are freezing, and I have a little bit more farm work to do yet today. I look forward to seeing you in another one of these reflection videos. If you want to go back and watch any of the other videos in the series, I put the playlist up in that corner, and you click on that and you can see all the videos in the series, even the ones that are, and most of them are listed as unlisted, so you would need the exact link to be able to find them. Thanks for being with me. Lean in.